best is when the interviewee is wide open for anything. Like you can ask
Justin.
them anything. Like
Justin is the interviewer.
yeah,
Right?
you can ask anything. There's no off limits. There's no, you know what I mean. It's like say everything that you have to say. To me, that's what a podcast is supposed to be. It's
Raw,
an in-depth behind the scene.
good and the bad. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you only want to hear the good? No, you're gonna hear the bad.
That's
too.
like even with for me, like, because with farmers we live such a crazy lifestyle.
Oh,
right?
dude, that subject, and we talked about it because didn't you do a podcast on that?
We touch on it. See, Justin always touches on it, but I try to like hover on it. Yeah.
Well, keep it to where it's not so everything is so the laundry on the line.
We can only release some little bit at a time. Yeah?
Relative stuff, yeah.
You know, like release all the.
Well, same with Bubba, right? Because everybody talks about the was it the 2000? No, the late 90s. The incident with him and Troy at the Hōkū's. That's normally what he gets, the questions about that, because not too many people know what happened out that night.
Wait, what did happen?
Because Bubba wrote a song. Troy thought that Bubba was taking licks from his, ukulele style. And Bubba was like, I wrote the song first because I don't know what you're talking about. And Bubba was younger than Troy. But they was arguing, and Bubba's mom came and said, this is not the place to do that, you guys. You shouldn't. But was heated. So Troy went to go move Auntie out of the way, but he kind of went push her and she fell. And that was it. Fat Cats used to roll it like 150 deep. So as soon as he went touch Auntie and push her to the side, 4 guys came out, started cracking him, bro. The Fat Cats boys, bro. All the entourage. All Bubba's boys. That's all West Side Riders, bro. Fucking cracking Troy, bro. On the ground, kind. Pound them out, bro. Bubba too, bro. Like, they got into a big scuffle. And then both him and Troy then was banned from the Hōkū's for like 10 years, bro. And the radio stations took down all the music for a little bit.
Wow.
But Bubba got the worst end of it because it was, Bubba's entourage that really went, they fucked him up, bro. Troy got fucked up, bro. And so, Bubba, he felt some kind of way towards the academy and towards the radio stations. They banned his music, which he felt wasn't fair.
Yeah.
They only projected him to be the bad guy.
Was that a peak of his?
But he had 2 guys, and Troy went touch his mom, which should have never did. You know what I mean? Should have never put your hands on somebody's mom. I don't care even if you're trying to move them out of the way. There's a heated exchange going on. So you don't know what kind of gesture that is, or the power that you put behind that, because she fell down. So if she fell down and something really bad would happen, shit, bro. So that riff went throughout the years. Had guys, sometimes they would see each other out in the public or wherever. What? Like, holy shit.
And it was all off of stolen art, basically? Or accused?
Accused of this is my song. And because they both play ukulele. That's my style. You copy. Bubba was like, brother, it's not even... everybody can play any kind of style they like on ukulele. We don't think you own the style of playing. Like, I see you telling Kelly Boy nothing. You know what I mean? So why are you harping on me for? And Bubba and I met right amidst the East Coast, West Coast thing between Tupac and Biggie. That East Coast, West thing was going. So on Oahu, they started making East Side, West Side thing. And because Bubba was from the West Side and I was from the East Side, Bubba wrote all the songs for Makaha and Waianae, and I wrote Okana Road for Kahalu Town. And as soon as I wrote Okana Road, all kind of rumors started flying. Oh, Penny writing this song for Go Against You because you only representing the West Side, so Penny went right for the East Side. I wrote because that's the town we from.
Bro, that's one of my favorite songs, even though I'm not from there.
Well, the band started. That song was written for Keaton, the mongoose. His brother built us the shack that we practiced in. Like, he built the shack up from ground zero, nothing, never had nothing back there. He even built the shack for us to play. He was on his deathbed. He had cancer. He was dying. So I went to go see him one day in the hospital, and then he told me, hey, promise he was going to write the song for the house. Like, I'll never hear him yet. And, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. Like, when you going to write the song? So that one hit me, like, I was like, oh, okay, I'll go write them. Then that night I went home, I wrote the song. One night, I wrote the song.
That song classic, because even if you're not from there, you know that song. You like I'm from Wahiwa, so and I know that all the words to the song.
Roscoe wanted the song to be about the house, how Natural Vibration started, and the area and the people. He said nobody ever wrote one song. Well, Jerry Santos was the last one talking about Kahalu, his song. He said, but it's not in depth, and the generation has come more now. It's our generation, so you got to write one tailored to fit us. And I said, you're right. So when I went home that night, I sat down and I was thinking, wow, what we're going to write about? But as I started writing and singing, it all started coming to me, the how the band started, how we had parties in the backyard. Wow, we had parties in that backyard. We had one party. The first party we had there, 600 people, bro. 600
I heard about those parties.
people in the fucking backyard. That was our first party. We had 4 parties. That first party was the most, 600 people. Because after that, Auntie was like, okay, you guys got to tone it down, bro. They had parking from the house all the way to the hygienic store, bro. And that's almost like a mile of parking on the side of the road going all the way back to the bro. They had so much people at that house, and they had to shut it down. So the next time we had big parties like that, it was like, 200 people, 300 people at most, like how we're doing here. Only invite.
Yeah.
And for family and friends. And so that's how that song, when I started writing the song, was all those times that we had partied there and everything that we had done at the house all came out in the song. So it really just represented the song. It wasn't trying to rep the side of the island. And nobody sang about our side of the island the way we feel pride for. So then at the end of the song, I named all the Vahis from Waimanalo all the way up to Haula. Like each Vahi, we made sure that we would represent in the song because that's our side of the island we live on. It wasn't meant to raise up against the West Side and what they had. It was to showcase that, hey, the West Side, they get their folklore, so does the East Side. We get our folklore, but nobody wrote for the East Side.
Yeah.
And we was the band at the time that was, like the Brotherhoods are now coming out. We was them. We was the Green back in the day. So I said, well, we're going to write the song, but it was for Roscoe. The song was written for one guy, one brother, and that was his song. So that's why I told Bubba, when they started at the peak of that, Bubba said this, Bubba saying this about you guys, about you, bro. Like, people was trying to make us fight. And one day my ex-wife was like, you know what? You should just go to him. I said, what you mean go to him? She goes, go to his house. This only going to get worse before the thing get out of hand. Just go see him. So I'm pretty sure he would want to know that's not you saying all that kind of stuff. That's people pinning you guys against each other. That's so high school bullshit kind of style. Just cut him in half and go over there and see him and tell him what's up. So he lived right behind Augie's mom and dad. So I called him Augie one day. I said, hey, I need Bubba's address. They gave me the address. So on Saturday, was a Saturday morning, like 6:30 in the morning, I woke up my kids, my girls, my wife, get ready, bring your beach stuff. Where we going, Daddy? We're going to the West Side. We're going to swim at the beach. But my plan was to go check out Bubba. So we got down there to Bubba's house, pull up down in the lane. So it's like 7:30 in the morning, Hawaiian. Early, bro. I pull up to his house. Bubba! And he looking like all the dogs came out to the gate. Then he came out. Oh, what's up, Hawaiian? I said, you never met me. I don't know you. You don't know me, but my name Penny. I'm the singer from Natural Vibes. Like, Hawaiian, I know you, bro. Yeah. What's going on? I said, I'm pretty sure you heard of what's going on. Everybody trying to pin us against each other. West Side, East Side, trying to make like this gangster rap bullshit that's going on the mainland. Now they like do them here in Hawaii. I said, I just came down here to tell you face to face that none of what you're hearing from people about what's being said from me to you is true. I'm the kind of guy, like if I get something to say to you, I'll go, like I'm doing right now, I'll drive out here and tell you. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm here to tell you that there's no beef, like, like squash them now and make it so that we don't have any differences. Because all the kids watching us that love our music, we're gonna divide the people. And we Kanaka, we shouldn't be like that. We should be like this, you know. Bro, 7:30 we got there. His wife, my wife, hit him off. The kids all hit him off. We was there till 10 o'clock that night, bro, partying. Then he ended up calling all the boys, came to the house, barbecue, bro. Kiki Cal and them all came down. All Bubba's boys came down. They was like, boy, they're fucking this Penny from that pipe. Oh, party. Talk story. The kids went to the beach. The wives took the kids to the beach right across the street.
Yeah.
Swim all day, bro. Swim all. Us guys stay inside the garage and party, smoking, bro, drinking, partying, bro. Till 10 o'clock that night, and that's how we shut that whole thing down, right? I had plenty of people was sick balls because they was thinking was going to have one rival fight, and I was like, not me. I wasn't never like that in high school. I was always try to solve everything by talking rather than fighting, which, you know, people would be like, oh, you big for nothing, fucking big panty. Look how big you are. You could knock out guys, but you rather talk out the problem then. I said, yeah, because my grandma always told me, you so big. If you hit somebody and they fall on the ground and hit their head and die, you go in jail. So it scared me. So I never ever wanted to be like that. So that's why I told Bubba, I'd rather talk out the problem than resort to physical violence, because that don't solve nothing for nobody.
What year is this?
Oh,
I know Natural Vibes, bro.
this was like 2005, 2004, 2005.
Justin's way younger than us, but you know, Natural Vibes is
Yeah.
Bro, Plenty Babies got made to that music, guarantee.
Like how the green is now. That's how we was before in fact, we were 91, 92 is when the band came out. It took us that whole 90s era to lift the band off the ground. The band came popular super fast. And then in the 2000s, we was at the pinnacle of our career. We was the ones like, what you call them? The Green always say we was the reason why they formed the group. There's a lot of groups was like that, but BET they came out a little bit after us. They was together.
Rootsy,
we
style
because we Kahalu, like how Brotherhoods is now. That's how we was back in the day. We came from the country. Like, we never know in our music, the original music, we only knew the lifestyle we lived, which was hanging out the house in the backyard, party, drink, smoke, you know what I mean? Poke, everything that in between how a regular family would be. After everybody part work, they gather at one place, one house, and that's how it always started. All started was because everybody would hang out at Keaton and Keone's house, the Mongoose. There was his house that started everything. Everybody, that would be the congregational area in Kahalu. Everybody would come to 5 o'clock. Everybody show up over there. Then somebody had a bright idea for start playing music, and then next thing you know, they brought in different musicians, gathered and came around. When I got there, it was already formed. I came in as a backup singer. They already had 2 lead singers. So I came in after they had the group already formed. But that's how everything started. Then the music all came next.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Shout out to our sponsor, Finley Toyota. They got a great deal going on right now. Tell them what's going on at Finley Toyota, Raleigh.
For my birthday month of September, with the purchase of any Toyota Tacoma, 4Runner, or Tundra, Toyota will be giving you... Finley Toyota?
Yeah.
I should just read it, yeah? I should just read it. I'm gonna just read it off of here because I was trying to remember it, but it's not gonna work out too good.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Shout out to our sponsor, Finley. They got a great deal going on right now.
Finley, you said Finley.
I'm gonna keep this all in, but I'm gonna have to bleep that part.
Yeah. This is harder than doing the podcast.
Oh yeah. You ready?
We need a teleprompter.
Nah, I think we're good. We're good.
Okay.
We're great. It is weird seeing you like right behind us though in the middle. Just flexing.
You said to make it add some stuff to the back. So
I know, but it's like, it's life size, right? So.
Is that thing 5'9"?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Real quick, shout out to our sponsor, Finley Toyota. They got a great deal going on right now. Tell them what Finley Toyota's got going on, Raleigh.
For the whole month of September, my birthday month, when you pick up any Toyota Tacoma, Tundra, 4Runner, Finley is giving you $500 towards your first year's registration. That's right. Before you even peel the sticker off your window or even figure out how to work Apple CarPlay, Finley Toyota is basically paying your DMV bill.
Come on down, see why Finley Toyota is Nevada's #1 Toyota volume dealer. Tacoma, Tundra, 4Runner, Camry, RAV4, they've got it all. Big thanks to Finley Toyota for supporting the show. And don't sleep, this offer ends September 30th.
Fast disclaimer voice. Dealer disclaimer. Offer available on approved credit. Cannot be combined with other offers. Up to $500 towards first year's Nevada registration on his stock new Toyota's vehicles only. Contact dealer for details. Offer expires September 30th, 2025.
Shout out to Finley Toyota.
You know, you start off, you do all kind covers. You're doing Bob Marley stuff, and then one day somebody was like, "Bro, you gotta write you guys' own music." And I was like, "You know what? That's right, bro." So then everybody started writing original songs. We would practice them.
We just was talking about covers, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many songs in Hawaii through its history that are covers, right? And
We didn't
they're
even
so
know.
good of covers, we don't even know that they're covers in
No,
Hawaii.
yeah,
bro.
until you hear the original, and you go,
Oh,
wait a minute.
Bro, who are they ripping off?
Where are they?
They ripped off
That's
Bubba
where they
B.
got it
Yeah, me
from.
too. I was like, bro, these guys ripping off our guys. And then I go back and like, oh, these guys are the originals.
Exactly. You listen, you go far back.
Yeah,
No,
who the
right.
fuck is
Louis
this, bro?
Armstrong, right?
This guy
You
sucks.
know, but Israel redid it in his version. He did his version of the song. It's the same like my uncle them, my uncle Martin and Cyril Pahinui. They played with Uncle Peter Moon. And when you listen to the Tropical Storm album, they got guava jelly on that album. Bob Marley was known for doing guava jelly, but did you know that was a Bob Dylan song?
What?
Bob Dylan wrote that song.
I thought this was a cool Creator
Guava
Boy
jelly.
song.
Nah, no, bro. So it goes farther back, even before Bob Marley, because Bob Dylan is an old songwriter, bro. He's old, bro, older than Bob Marley. So to think that this reggae god took a song that was from this folk singer and then made it into his own, but it still was a cover. But then that song went on, and then when Uncle Peter Moon took the song and made it, now all of Hawaii know that song. Only the reggae heads knew when Bob Marley sang that song. But once Uncle Peter Moon would record that song, now all of Hawaii knows that song because he was a local artist. So when people go, "What? What you mean?" Type up the song. "What you mean Bob Dylan wrote the song?" It's like, what? Bob Marley did the song too. Like, what the hell? We only heard it when Peter Moon did the song. So my uncle them.
And it's not
He
like we
was-
had like computers and
Yeah.
Google and smartphones at the
back
time.
in the time,
Yeah.
you don't know until you hear the song. It's the same like Blue Light from Ho'onua. That's Prince's
No
song.
way.
That's from Prince. So when you hear Prince's version and you hear Ho'onua, you go, how the hell did they get that version? Because it's night and day. Prince's version is so slow. You wouldn't even think that that's Blue Light until he sings the chorus. And then you go, wait a minute. How did they get their version? Because they took it and they reggae-fied it. And when they did it, plain reggae style to it, it came alive. For us, we could relate to it easier than you could the original because, you know, Prince is more jazz and blues. It took these local boys to kind of reggae-fy the song for you to know who it is. Same like Glenn. A lot of people, you know, they're bashing him, and I feel like as an artist, there's no good or bad in music because you took somebody's song and you made it your own style or you did something that made it different, but it's appealing enough to put these guys on a fucking nationwide tour and going to be on worldwide tour soon. So to me, that's hating on somebody, on their good deeds and their success, when we should be congratulating them and helping them achieve that even more because they're going to look at those artists, where they came from, Hawaii. We're all Hawaiians. So why wouldn't you be proud to be a part of that showcase that's being shown to the world? Same like Chief of War. It seems like whenever there's something good being done, always going to have haters. You need those guys because that's the fuel that drives drives you and your fire, your desire to do something. So always gonna need those kind of guys. But funny how when somebody is successful, always get somebody in the background chirping. That's just what it is. Because that person could never get something that they wanted to do off the ground. So why not? Easier for hate on somebody, throw shade over them from a distance. Because you never had the balls for going and do them yourself. Or if you did, tried, it was a failure for you. So you like this guy, you like seeing him fail. So I always say, in business, you always get people that rather just sit down and watch the train wreck rather than be on the train helping support. They'd rather be on the hillside watching the train, the two trains collide. They try to make the trains hit each other. Even look at two tracks, they try to put them on the same track for the head on. That's why I unsquashed that with Bubba. So that those are guys who was hating on and trying to put that situation together was going to get the fuck you. You're not doing that to us because you can fucking eat a dick. Because you're not going to get behind me, pushing me for go fight somebody, but I'm the one fighting. I get fucking beat up, going to be me. My reputation, right? Everything going to be said, oh, remember the time those guys didn't fight? And fucking Penny got his ass kicked. So it's like, hey, fuck you. Throw you in a fire. You fight. You know what I mean? Rather than that, kill the whole story. Now you know I'm nothing.
What would have happened if you got the opposite response from Bubba?
Well, it would be like if he came out and wouldn't back down, well, I'm not going to back down either. Yeah, so it wouldn't have been good. But I don't think that I would have pushed it to the point where I'm at your house now. That's the last thing I like to do is disrespect your place. Your wife, your children, your family live there. I never come here for bring this kind over here. You know, if you feel like that and we sit one place and you and I can just meet up. You know what I mean? We don't have to get everybody involved. They could just be me and you. But I'd rather we can talk it out and solve it. And Bubba was the same way. And after we started talking, and all these years later, we realized we the same person. We could have been brothers, just separated at birth. That's end up being one of my best friends, Bubba. Like one of my best friends. Call me every day. This guy calls me, check on me. Like, so I felt like that was supposed to happen. God made it that way. You know what I mean? He made them, instead of it being awkward or versus, he made them family. Now you guys is best friends, share music and everything together. So, I mean, I'm thankful for that and thankful for the friendship that came out of it because I know him get differences with other people. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful that we don't have differences, even though we come from different sides of the island. You know, it's shows everybody that you can still have your be competitive, but not so much where it's like
Crabs in a bucket, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, all get along. Fiji told me that one time. Fiji told me, he said, you know what? Because we would talk about compare how the differences and the competitiveness, and he would always tell me, I'm not your competitor. I'm your brother. We all together. Don't look at the next artist here that we in the islands that we all compete against each other. The only one you competing with is the man in the mirror. You trying to be a better version of him than he was yesterday. So ever since he told me that, that's how I kind of look at a lot of things. Because before, it's not like I looked at it competitively, but I used to think, oh, these guys this song is kicking. Like, we got to come up, we got to get on here, Brian. We got to start. So that's how we would write to be competitive. And then when he said that, I said, I realized he's right, bro. We're not competing against our brothers. We should be in arms with them. You know, we should be together. Should help and push each other to where we want to be. So that's why in that era, you look, Ho'onua, BET, Natural Vibes, Ko'uka, all the bands of that era was all brother bands. We'd all show up to each other's gigs, do songs with each other, record songs with each other, push each other to where we all want to be. We sit at the same table. You know what I mean? We should be right in the same elevator. Went to the second floor. Who'll I go? Let's go. Get on. Okay, all right. Second floor. Okay, who's over here? Oh, yeah, third floor. Everybody move together. It makes the industry that much better. I'm watching now, and there's competitiveness, I'm just hoping that it stays clean and it doesn't turn dirty. Yeah. So we the old G's now, we got to be the stewards to make sure that if that does happen, we step in and close that gap so that it don't happen and keep the vibe and flow how it's been all these years. You know what I mean? All brothers, everybody doing their thing together. No bad energy against each other. Everybody helping each other out.
Did that ever end up coming up again? Any of those?
Oh, it
just beefs in general between any of the groups in the islands in that era, like the late 90s, early 2000s?
No, not really. I never heard of anybody really having differences, opinions, but never to the point where it turned, hatred and then directed at the people. Was always just around. Everybody has opinions. My grandma used to always say, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, but it's up to you to how you take that. And you either take it, use it, and strive and move on, or you take it, let it sink you, and then now you down in the bottom.
I hear there's people that don't have assholes. Like they have the tube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you ever heard of those? Saying, grandma.
When my grandma told me that, it made sense to me. I was like, everybody has something to say.
Right.
Basically, is what she was trying to say. Everybody has their 2 cents and they put it in. But this is my dollar. I don't need your 2 cents. My dollar's stronger than what your 2 cents can be. And if I'm already on something and doing something that's positive, and I know it's positive because I can see the result, well, then I don't listen to the whitewash noise. I just turn them all off. Better for you to be like that because, like I said, Fiji said, hey, the guy in the mirror is your competitor. Truly, at the end of the day, you're trying to be a better version of that guy. Not trying to be this guy. That's crazy. Or trying to be who? Michael Jackson. They only get one Michael Jackson. Like only get one Fiji. You know what I mean? So they're already there. Who are you trying to be? Nobody. Be yourself. Better for be yourself. Because when you rise, all the accolades is in your corner. That's you as an individual that did the accomplishments for you. You strive to get to where you at. So now you can relish. But I always tell the younger G's, don't do that. Don't, while you coming up, looking around, hey, oh yeah, me. I said, because it makes you look a certain way. The only people that ever going to enjoy your accolades is your family, not you. You don't get time to do that because you still got to grind. Like people say, oh, you get nervous when you go on stage. Fuck yeah, I get nervous when I get on stage. Uncle Kelly used to say, you don't get nervous when you get on stage and you don't belong playing. You don't belong doing this. Because those nerves is what keeps you humble. That's you still one person at the end of the day. People view you like, oh, this idol, this. But when that person comes off the stage, he's the same as you and me. So when I was growing up, my grandma, and the band started taking off, my grandma would always tell me, she would always feed me humble pie. We go on tour, sell out tours, come home from the mainland. I'd be like, oh, Ma, we went over here, we did this. So we started showing all the pictures. Look, all these people that are over here. And then she would be like, okay, good. Now go take out the rubbish. Oh, and you got to wash my car because this thing is dirty. So even though you think you're this person, she bring you right down to where you're supposed to be. And she teaching you humility goes a longer way than you walking around with this chip on your shoulder thinking you're somebody when you're really not. You're the same as everybody else. She always used to say, you better for be on the ground level with the Maka'ainanas than the Ali'is. Because the Ali'is is up here. None of the commoners can relate to them. But when they're not in power no more and they fall from that status, where they end up? Right down here with the commoners. Now the commoners looking at them like, yeah, you thought you were somebody, now you're nobody. Better for you just be here with them. So when your time comes and you're not up there no more, you're down here with your same people. These are the people that help you. Oh, I need help for make the party. Oh, what you need? We get the emu. Oh, I get the tables and chairs in the tent. I get the alcohol. I get the, everybody come together to help. But if you was on the top and only look down at the people, when it's your time to be down there with them, nobody gonna help you. Nobody gonna.
That's how I always felt like. like with the success I was able to get, I always felt I stayed pretty humble. That's why I still have a lot of friends and I get along with everybody.
Better, because you can relate to a humble man, a commoner, better than you could some royalty. Because we all know royalty changes you. Even if you were common and came into royalty, you might still be able to humble yourself that way too. Yeah, be a good ruler because you know where you came from. But say you born into that high status already, you have no knowledge of what the lower people go through, what they do. You only taught to look down on them. But now, from you becoming from nothing to something, you had nothing and you gain all that, and now you have. You can share because that's what you're supposed to do. Whether it's knowledge, wealth, or just a helping hand to your fellow man, like that's better for be like that. You'd rather be remembered that way rather than this guy was unapproachable at any time, like Fiji. Anytime I've ever seen anyone come up to him, he was always gracious to anyone, even if he didn't know him, even more. And so at his passing, you've seen the outpouring of love, like, because even though he was held in high regards, when you would see him in public, he was still the same as you and I. You know what I mean? So easier and better for be like that. Live your life that way than, oh, my shit no stink. Oh, yeah? For real? Okay. And the flies go around you because it's the same as a stink guy over here with all the flies. You know what I mean? You the same as us, brother. You're not any higher. You maybe have a little more money than us, but that eventually going to run out too. And then when you no more friends, what you going to do? Buy friends. Because I know a lot of guys that get money, big money, from doing what it is they do. And I don't knock nobody for their hustle, but I always watch the guys that are around them. And you get a bunch of yes men. That's just like flies on shit. You know what I mean? Having all these guys hanging around you. When you make one joke that's not even funny, these fuckers all laugh. It's like, yeah, see, right there, yes men. All the yes men. All the fucking guys wearing knee pads in here. You know what I mean? Not me. No way. You make a joke and it's not funny. I'm not going to laugh. In fact, I'm going to tell you, that wasn't funny. You should do that joke again. They always laugh, but to promise you, don't do that joke again, bro. For somebody else who's like me, and there's a bunch of us out there, going to look at you like, these guys only around you with knee pads, bro. That's why they're laughing at your jokes, you know. Your joke ain't funny. You ain't funny. Like, these guys only hanging around you for something. They want something from you. Well, to me, better for you just have your family around you, people you can trust, you know, rather than this guy who just showed up the other day on your doorstep. Like, you don't fucking know who this guy is. And all of a sudden, he's in with your entourage, like going places where you go, getting in where you get in. Like, you look back, you're like, I don't even notice any of my entourage anymore. Who the fuck are these guys? You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah. I mean, a lot of the bigger stars have that problem, right? They always talk about it.
Is that a 90s saying? I've never heard it used so often before.
What?
What's that? Knee pads? I love it though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's what my uncles used to always say that. Oh, this guy. It was like a work term.
I know when I was at work, I always just like, oh, look at him. Fucking his knee pads
this guy.
over there. Putting on his knee pads. Putting his knee pads on first thing in the morning.
He knee pads. That's why he hanging on with the boss. That's why the boss keep him
around. He never even clock in yet. He get his knee pads on.
Especially if that guy is moving up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more like, in the older term, it would be ass kissing, right?
Yeah, sucking ass.
Once my generation came in, it was like, oh, hell no. He ain't kissing ass. He's sucking dick, bro. Look, that's why he got his knee pads.
Or making like gecko.
Yeah, exactly. This fucking guy with his knee pad. Get out of here.
Get all the easy jobs, bro.
That's why when the boss leave him alone with the regular boys, he gets jolted, bro. Yeah, bro. They tell him, cuz right here, the toothbrush, go clean up ass.
Job site's got the best jokes and the best
guys. Best one-liners is off the job site.
You know what I like at job sites is going to porta potty and reading all the walls.
Oh my god.
Oh, you get the best jokes on the walls, bro.
Well, it'd be like back in the day in high school. They write them on the wall and then they put, they
cross them out and they add something else. Yeah, they cross it out
exactly.
Right, and then next thing you know, it's on long.
The Army and the Marines have the most legendary porta potties.
Oh my god, yeah, they do.
Army and Marines.
Oh, they do. Because my stepdad, he was in the military, he was in the Army. Me and my brothers and my sister was raised as Army brats. And so when we moved over to Schofield, it was like a huge culture shock because, we local kids from the housing, and then moved to the base. where there's rules and regulations and shit that you can and cannot do. And then there's a certain way of speaking because they don't understand the pidgin.
Yeah.
So now you got to reform yourself to speak good English around these people. And then my stepdad would always try and teach us in the world, not try to change your culture, but to accept other cultures and to kind of be a certain way because you got to carry yourself a certain way. If you want somebody to take you serious, well, you can't come in and foreign talking all this kind of stuff that they don't understand because they're going to view you as incompetent. This person has no education, but you can be the smartest guy in the room and you can still be on moke, you know? But it was that teaching military was the structure. But in that, we would find out that those guys had some nasty ass jokes, bro. I mean, they had it all. And then you want to talk about culture shock. The first day we went to the park and all these guys talking, oh, your mama this, your mama that. And the first guy told me about my mama. I was trying to crack him on the basketball court. And all the guys was like, whoa, man, what you doing? We're just talking. It's just talk. It's a joke thing, man. You don't take it personal. I said, no, fuck that. You don't talk about people's moms like that. Bullshit. They're like, no, man, where we from? That's how we get down. I said, well, you in Hawaii. We're not in the mainland. So you can't say that kind of shit over here about people's moms. Because we love our moms, we hold them in high regards. That is the person running the family.
Yeah.
You talking about her to me, and you don't even know my mom. Oh man, you getting it all backwards, bro. Like where we from, we joke about our moms. Like that's the thing that we break the ice with. Like we're supposed to be understanding. I said, well, understand this. Don't talk about my mom like that. Yeah, motherfuckers. Yeah. Y'all talk to each other like that shit. But then when you swing it back this way, just make sure you don't talk about my mom, my sister,
he got the lingo
my
too,
brother. Yeah. Don't talk about none of them. You talk about your moms. I won't talk about your mom. I'll laugh. But not at your mom, but at the joke, that's funny. Okay, that's some funny shit.
I don't even talk to my mom.
Yeah, I don't even mention it. Like I said, man, I would never mention your moms like that because I would never. My mom's heard me talking about your moms like that. Believe me, I'm holding my mouth on my eye, one or the other. I'm losing something. You ain't just walking around talking about this. So the guy, when we grew up on base, the guys when we go down to the court, they'd be like, oh, okay, here come Penny and Lou, man. Don't say anything about their mom, because these guys gonna want to fight, And at one point, we were the only Polynesians on the base, and so it was good because they taught us, we taught them, and then they would say, that's why we get out when we go off base and party. They want to lick us because this, like, just exactly what happened here with you. So I'm glad you explained that to us. Now we know. I said, yeah, you can't go off base and start popping off like that. It's a different culture outside from your culture. So this culture here, where you live, in the island that you live on, you got to respect it. You cannot just come here and blast away and think that everything's going to be how it is where you from Chicago and you get down like that. No, I don't get down like that over here. Very different. Here, the culture is respect. Respect your mom, respect your dad, respect your grandmother and your family, and do what they say. Not in the mainland, kids be told what to do and they be talking back to their parents because we be over the house and they be just like, take out the rubbish. I'll take it out when I'm ready. I'll look at them like, what the fuck did you just say to your moms? Like, I told her, I'll take it out when I'm ready. I said, man, I'm ready to slap you. You don't talk to her like that. Go take out the fucking rubbish, man. That's the same lady cooking for you. When your ass is hungry and you come home, I'm hungry, man. She get right in the kitchen, start cooking. And no questions asked. I said, you do that shit when she ask you to do something, you do the same thing, man. So
I helped coach my son's football team. So one of the other coaches, his sons play on the team too, and he's always disrespecting his dad, not listening to him. And I see my son look at him like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, man.
And it feels so good to have a kid that has those values.
Right, because you instilled that in him.
Right.
Right, because that's how it should be. Because some of the kids, punk-ass kids out there nowadays, just because their parents let them get away with everything and still gave them everything, which is why they don't know any better. So you come to my house, I'm going to set you straight. I always tell people that, hey, oh yeah, your son is like that. Leave him here for a week. Leave him over here. Leave him right there for a week. Don't worry about what he gonna do. He ain't gonna die. He gonna be over. He might get a couple bruises here and there. He might get knocked the fuck upside his head. But leave him right there, because when you come pick him up next week, believe me, you're gonna see a whole different light.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you take him home, you got to keep the what we do here. You got to keep it going too at home, and so he is surrounded by those rules and regulations.
How much do you think that's due to like the amount of like broken families now and split families without having the father figure in the house?
My brothers and my sister, we raised up in a single parent family. My mom had 3 jobs, so she was working from the morning to the late night. We were home by ourselves a lot of time. We had my grandmother, who was like the father figure of the family. She made sure we had discipline. And when I say discipline, I mean physical discipline. Even though she was our grandmother, but she was the one that you should be afraid of. You know, when you hear the family, everyone in the family would tell us, "Oh man, you with the worst one, man. Like you act up, she gonna put you in your place." And my grandma was like that.
What was her tool of choice?
Huge. Her hands, anything she had in her hand, like anything. Well, I remember one time while I was sitting in the house, she was outside on the deck, watering the plants, and she was standing on the stairs, and there's a screen door and it divides the outside from the inside. So I'm standing inside the house, and I'm standing up over there by the front screen door, and she's watering the plants. Then she tells me, "Go move the hose so I can bring it up here closer so I can shoot the water down on the plants easier instead of I have to shoot it from farther here." And I was like, I said, I don't know what made me say it, and it came out. I watched the words literally come out of my mouth and try to grab them.
Instant regret.
I said, "You do it. I don't want to. I ain't got to do it. You do it." And I was like, "What are you bugging?" And before I could even realize what I was doing, I just seen this hand come through the screen and break the screen and punch me square in the nose. I fell down on the ground and my nose started bleeding. I was like, "You hit me. And she was like, "Of course I hit you, because you don't talk to me like that." And I was like, damn, that was the last time ever that I ever even thought about raising my voice or talking back to her, because she didn't even hesitate. It was the response was quick. I said, "You move the hose, you do it." Wow, it was like that fast. And I was on the ground and I realized, I said, holy crap. I got scared, instantly got scared. And I must have been 12 or 13, and I was way bigger than her, way bigger than my grandmother, and that was the day that changed everything. I was like,
I think that's like a generation thing, because my grandma, like, because my grandma had like a bar, like they entertained a lot, so we had like a bar downstairs. So we used to me and my cousin used to sneak down there and drink the alcohol, and then we'd fill it back up with water so it looks full, yeah. But then my grandma called us, and then me and my cousins ran upstairs, and then I went under, like, I was trying to hide under the bed. I was thinking she couldn't get under the bed, but she just got the broomstick, and she just until we came out. And we was running.
Dude,
she stabbed you like a spear?
Bro. There's no getting away. There's no getting away.
That lady, practically, we had mops, brooms, back scratchers. She had Lazy Susie. We had all of that broken over us, bro. Like, she would literally, like, we would act up and we'd be fighting with each other, and she'd come in the room and just start whacking us with the broomstick until it broke, you know, because we were that big. We were big kids, man, like big kids. And so she would always tell us, "I don't care," but I knew how big we were by what she was starting to grab, because first it was the mop and the broomstick. Later, my mom would have to stop us from fighting, so she would grab the bat, and then we would have to stop, because you ain't winning against a bat. You ever had a bat broken over you? No, I have never had a bat broken over me, because when we seen the bat coming, we run. You know, we gone for the whole rest of the day. We're not coming back. You know, we like, let her cool down, because you come back, the bat is still over there. You know, I've been hit by bats, so I was like, I remember mops and broomsticks breaking over me. I'm not trying to have a bat broken over my head, you know.
You think we need more of that, though? Good old fashioned lickings.
I do. I think that the kids, the generations nowadays, that's why all they sissy fighting, knives and guns.
But even my dad caught me one time. I'm a pyro, yeah. Like, till this day, I like to play with fire. But my dad caught us. He went to clean under the house, and me and my cousin made all these wood teepees, and he was burning it under the house.
Oh, shoot.
And then he caught us, me and my cousin. But you know, like, when you're elementary and a man's strength, right? He grabbed both our hands. I remember this, like, started the
He
coil.
cut you in the act.
No, he went under there and there's fucking like 100 wooden teepees burnt under the house. So he went to clean underneath and he knew it was us.
He knew it was you
automatically.
guys.
He knew it was me and my cousin.
What you guys were doing.
Yeah. So he was making little fires under the house and then he went in the house, started, the coil stoves?
Oh, yeah.
Started the coil stoves and then he came in the room, like just grabbed both of our hands, walked us and like we're like, already know like we're fucked. He's like, yeah, say play a fire. And we're like trying to pull in this man's strength, right? And bro, he just puts our hands over the stove and he just barely like touches the
Make you
coil.
feel the heat.
No, with heat like
No, he said touch. You touch?
Quick, and then he let us go and we ran out the front door and then like our first instinct was run away, right? I'm like running down the road, right? Or like getting to run down the road and my dad's like, good, don't come back.
Oh yeah.
So we get down the road and me and my cousin's like standing there like, where are we gonna go? And then we gotta walk back and then get lickings.
That's right.
Again. Then we get the actual lickings.
Oh, we've done that so
Bro,
many
all
times.
of that. And he took you to an electric stove and there's like no fire there. Like, where's the
No,
lesson?
it's the coil.
It's the coil. It heats up.
It's a
That's what I'm
red
saying.
coil.
There's no fire.
Yeah. No, but you
So
still
where's
get...
the lesson?
Well, because
Well,
you
you
get
burn
burned.
your hand. You pay
still
fire,
get
you
burned.
burn your hand.
You still get
Hot
burned.
surface, fire, two different things.
Yeah, well,
Well,
not
he
to
told us to never play with teepees under
not
a
to
house
you-
again.
Not to you as a child. You know that instant lesson comes instantly. You're like,
You
okay,
play
I
fire
get it.
under the
Fire,
house
you're
again.
getting burned. This is he
Yeah.
wants you to learn that if this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to feel 10 times worse if you burn and now your house is burning. Because we used to do this. I mean, not the same thing, but playing with matches. Yeah, you go like that. At night,
True,
right?
yeah.
You're sitting in the backyard and you go like that, and they would light the match with light and fly and then land on the ground. And my mom would be like, "Oh yeah, hold your hand underneath, and it's hot." The same as
Even there's another one. My dad caught me and my neighbor. He's elementary. My neighbor Johnson. He caught us smoking cigarettes. Yeah.
Oh man,
So he's like on the side of the house, like, and we're elementary smoking cigarettes, acting all cool. Caught us, bro. This guy, he got the whole pack of cigarettes, bundled it, lit the whole thing, and he made us like puff
smoke
the whole
yeah. Oh
Bro,
yeah,
never a cigarette
That's
again in my
see,
life.
My
Fuck
mom
cigarette.
told me with my uncles, her cousins who were they were raised together as brothers. She said that her uncle caught them smoking one day, and my two uncles, and he sat there, got a pack of cigarettes, just one pack, sat there with them and made them smoke the whole pack. One after another. You want to smoke? Go smoke. Oh, I don't know. No, I don't give a shit. Keep smoking until that pack is done. And after that, they didn't touch cigarettes until they were way older, bro. Like they didn't want nothing to do with cigarettes.
I still don't touch a cigarette.
It's the same like when we used to swear. Mom then would keep the chili pepper
Started
water
with
jar.
soap and then chili pepper right after.
Oh man, and she would take that and dab it on your lips.
Yeah.
And man, that would burn for hours, man.
The
Like
Hawaiian chili pepper
hours.
too, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hawaiian chili pepper. Rub it on your lip. As you got older, it wouldn't turn to a dab. She'd take the pepper and rub it on her lip.
Crush it up and stuff. Yeah.
I remember one day coming home from school
I
and the
had
laundromat.
like the real bitter taste in my mouth when you said that.
I remember coming home from school one day and the laundromat was on the way home from school. And it used to be right next to the bakery. And one of my friends was coming up from his house. He was going back to the school because we had a fair. And I was leaving because I had been there for a while. So he told me, "Oh, you're not going back? You're not going to go home and then change and go back to the fair?" And I said, because I wasn't conscious of where I was. And I was standing right outside the laundry room, not realizing that the washer at our house broke. My mom was washing clothes in the laundromat. And I stood in the front of the laundromat. When he asked me, "You're not going back to the fair?" I said, "Fuck no. Fuck that thing. Fuck the fair. Those guys over there I said, they suck." And he was like, "All right." And all I heard was, "Peni Dean." I had my back turned towards her.
Yeah, they do.
I knew, man, I was fucked. She came outside and beat my ass in front of everybody because all the ladies that was standing there, they were just like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe it." And then realized that my mom was in the laundromat. So when she started cranking on me, nobody came to save me. They was just standing there going, "See, good for you. That's what you get."
Is that where you learn to hit your high notes?
Yeah, probably, right? Every high note, yeah. I tell you what, anytime that I swore after that, I always looked around to make sure that I was in the clear before saying a swear word, because I got a beat down that day, man. I tell you what, man. After that, you never really caught me swearing.
How old were you the last time you got beatings from like your mom or your grandma?
Shoot, man, I think I was well off into my teenage years.
Because at some point you just become like too strong and big for it, right?
Well, like I said, when we be old, like 15, 16, we big kids, and that's when the bat would come out, and then that's when we would be like, hey, we gotta stop, because this is only getting worse for us. She's starting to grab bigger things. After the bat, what can come? The sledgehammer. Like, yeah, we need to stop or find another way of dealing with our differences.
Yeah, CPS kind of ruined all that, huh?
Well, we used to get lickings in the house, and there used to be an old lady who would go around their neighborhood and take down the addresses of the houses that she would hear kids getting beat on, and then turn them into CPS. So this one time, my mom was, giving us beatings for something that we were doing wrong, and the lady passed our house, and she stopped in the front of the house, and she was writing down the address and description, I guess, and my mom came flying out the door, and she was like, "You get out of here! You get the hell away from my house! I don't care what you're writing down. You go ahead and call CPS and send them over here. I don't care." Man,
in fact, I'm calling myself, because I don't want these motherfuckers.
Right. But I tell you what, man, the cops came. And when they came, she gave them a piece of her mind. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a single parent. You think you know what it is to raise kids like this? You try. Go ahead and raise them. Take them home with you if that's what you want." The cop was like, "No, that's not what we're trying to do. That's not what we're trying to do." He's like, "No, that's not what we're trying. We're just trying to get you so these people stop complaining because they think you beating your kids." They're like, "I go to work. I got 3 jobs, and I come home in between each job, and then I find the house upside down or shit broken." One day she pulled in the house into the yard, and we were on her. She had a tin roof. She turned the garage into her house, and so we were on the tin roof, jumping off to jump on the ground to do something, because we were bored. And she came home and seen us on the roof, and that was it, man. She just flipped her lid, came in the house, and beat the shit out of all of us. One day, my younger brother, he was in the kitchen, came out with pots and pans. He had a pot on his head, and he had the pan. He had the two
shield?
The two covers.
Okay.
And he was banging them. Remember Captain Lou Albano, the wrestler? They had a wrestler. The WWF had a wrestler, Captain Lou Albano.
That's how you know it. That's how you know it's old school. It's WWF.
Yeah, he was a wrestler. He ended up becoming Cyndi Lauper's manager. He was the one with the tied beard.
Oh yeah,
that's Captain Lou Albano. So he used to be a wrestler, but he used to have a motto, and he used to always say, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." So anytime somebody asks a question, "Oh yeah," like how The Rock or like Steve Austin, he say something, everybody go, "What?" And he say something else, they go, "What?" So his was, "Oh yeah," and then the whole place would do, "Oh yeah." Well, Ilma, my younger brother, was in the kitchen. He came out with a pot on his head, and he had the 2 covers. And because we didn't think our mom was home, she went jogging. So we was thinking, we act up. This guy comes out with the 2 covers, and he's banging the cup, ching ching. Oh yeah, ping ching ching. Oh yeah. He's standing in the threshold between the kitchen and the living room. We're all in the living room, my younger brother and my sister, and we're watching him, and we're shaking our heads. And I was thinking to myself, man, you brave, bro, because if she shows up and you're doing that shit, you're gonna get licking. So we would tell him, "You better stop because she's coming home." He goes, "I don't care." Ting ting. Oh yeah, man. I didn't see her walk in the yard. We didn't hear her come in the house. She appeared behind him because he was in the threshold. She appeared behind him, and he had the pot on his head, and he was dancing. Oh yeah. And I was like, I said, "You better stop." I said, "Mom's standing behind you." He goes, yeah, right. Bing, bing. Oh yeah. She had the wooden spoon.
Started banging
the wooden spoon, and she hit him on the head because he had the pot on his head, and she was like, "Why?" And he turned around and he was like, "Oh," she was like, "Oh yeah, pom 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 pom, oh yeah, pom pom." He was like, I'm sorry, pom pom, all the way to the ground. She got him all the way down to the ground, was whapping him with that wooden spoon. Man, we were laughing in the living room. We were laughing in the living room, like dying on the ground laughing, not realizing that when you're in a family of siblings, when one gets
somebody's next.
Well, of course, right? It goes right down the line. It's a ricochet effect. Once somebody gets disciplined, you all gonna get disciplined. You should have stopped them. That's why. Exactly, because you should have been the one to tell them to stop. And I'm like, when he was on the ground, now she started on all of us. I said, we tried to stop him. We all got lickings. So when she left, then he got lickings again because we was all like, what the hell was you thinking? We all got lickings because you got lickings. Now you're gonna get beat up too now, So I mean, that's why I think the problem is with the generation now. And I'm not talking smack about the generation. I'm not trying to point out the bad part. I'm just saying that they've never really had the physical discipline because you said it, CPS. When you're protecting for a different reason, now we lose that part of being raised in that way.
Discipline, right?
Yeah, because after I read the chili pepper.
We was raised, it was more fear.
Yeah.
Wasn't discipline, it was more fear, right?
Absolutely, because you didn't want that
My dad would
happening
move
to
out
you again.
flinch when I was young.
Listen, my mom would start beating on one of the kids, and I would be in the other room praying, Lord, please don't let her come in here and beat up. Oh man, I didn't even get to finish praying. You know what I mean? I'm already getting beat on. So that would teach us you can't do that. That was the one thing that we learned. You can't do that.
Fear, and then it's turned into discipline, right? And
they don't have that nowadays.
Respect, like it's a respect.
That comes
down to,
and that goes a long way because now, like we're saying, the generations later.
Yeah. Like I was raised because my job was always like obviously you see I love grass, like lace grass. So I was raised like when I cut my grass, I cut my neighbor's grass.
Yeah, see,
you know what I mean?
So
when I cut my grass, I'd always cut my neighbor's grass.
Those things turn out to be good. You take out your rubbish can, you see your other neighbor's rubbish can, or when the rubbish is done picked up, you put your can back in. Now you go next door and put all their cans back in. Your neighbors turn into family, so you're helping do stuff then because you were raised to do the same thing for you. So it applies to everyone around you, which makes the world a better place. And that's what all I'm saying is that this generation has lost that lesson and that lesson alone because now we live in a world where it's a little bit different. Like we say, leave your doors unlocked anymore. Can't leave your keys in the car anymore. Man, we used to go everywhere and leave the keys in the car. I remember going in the parking lots and seeing people's keys in their cars everywhere. And no one ever stole because that wasn't the lesson you was taught was when you took something that didn't belong to you, what would happen? You get disciplined. You'd get lickings or you'd get a hard discipline. Now I'll take away what you got. So now you don't have it because you did something that you weren't supposed to do. So that taught you, I can't do that anymore because that's the wrong. Or if cops come to your house and arrest you, now you in jail. If they went even further, you're in the boys' home. Hopefully that lesson would change you. I think that somewhere along the line that is missed, and so now they don't have that.
Was your family like a musical family?
My family was musical, but as I got older and I found myself interested in music, I asked my grandmother, like, hey, who in the family played music? So she said the only one in the family that really became popular that played music was my Uncle Gabby Pahinui. All the uncles would play music, but they never really took it that far. He was the only one who did. And then his sons who followed after him. But I thought it's good to know because I had just a strong interest in playing music. We always had a piano in the house. When I think about it now, and I just recently talked with my wife about this, I realized my grandmother at one point wanted to be a musician, but never had the opportunity to become a musician because she had to work. And all the time that she grew up, she was working and never really had the chance to explore that talent. She could sing and she could play. And I think that's what made me want to be a musician was watching her play on the piano and sing. And I said, after a while, I would sing, and my younger brothers and sisters, I'd sing in the bathroom, and they'd open the door and come in and yell, "Stop singing! You suck! You can't even sing." And I would always tell them, I said, "Listen, one day you're gonna have to pay to come and watch me sing. Like one day I'm gonna be a singer, and I'm gonna have a band, and you guys are gonna have to pay to come and watch me sing." And not knowing, throughout my younger years that it would go somewhere, but I always was a part of music anywhere I went, even in school. Anytime I got around the piano, just playing. It wasn't until high school when I really started singing. When you're hanging out with the boys and then you start drinking, hanging out in the park. Somebody has a ukulele. Somebody has a ukulele. Now you start,
I always knew I sucked at singing, so I never tried.
Same.
I know a lot of friends that never could, but it's like the karaoke, before karaoke.
Yeah.
You're all sitting around in a circle drinking, and once somebody knows this song and they playing it, you know the song, you singing along.
No,
just
I
because.
never did.
Oh yeah.
I sing it under my breath.
You gotta sing softer than everybody else, yeah.
I
I
always
just mumble.
And then once everybody else get quiet, you gotta stop singing. Fuck.
I always tell people, I say, everyone can sing. Even if you think you cannot sing,
Bro, we can't sing.
everyone can sing.
We're not the guys.
but-
This is not the podcast.
But then it'll come to the point where who you singing around with, and be the ones that be like, "Man, you should stop singing." Like, no, seriously, you should stop singing. Let him sing. You shouldn't. You shouldn't sing. I mean, if we're all sitting around hanging out, cruising, and these guys are all singing, and they can't sing, I let them sing anyway because it makes you feel a certain way. I believe that.
That's coming from somebody with a distinctive voice. You know what I mean? Like your voice is very distinctive.
Well, I just believe that singing and expressing yourself that way makes you feel a certain way. It makes you feel, it uplifts your spirits, and then you feel good about yourself. And then it goes back to, if we had more people that felt like that, the world would be a better place, less dangerous. If everybody felt comfortable doing what they love to do without being judged.
Yeah, give us a
What I'm
note.
saying?
Fuck no. I ain't even, bro, be comfortable with yourself. Give us a note.
What's your favorite song that you wrote for Natural Vibration?
Yeah, I get asked this all the time, and I tell people all the time. I said, it's all of it, everything, all of it. I couldn't just pick one because it wouldn't be fair. I love singing all the songs, even the songs that the other guys wrote. I love singing. I kind of like singing other people's songs, but I couldn't put just one song. If I had to, it would be Into Me, and I say that because my friend Dano, who actually had the song written, just never thought about it was about anyone until I met him. And Dano, on the song I dedicated on the recording, it's Joe Dano Santos, and he loved the song so much, and he had a group that he was playing with, and he would always ask me to write the words down for the song because he loved singing it. They would sing it, but he would make up sometimes his own words. They would come back to the chorus, and the verse would be his own verse. So he'd be like, "Write the song so I can sing it." And I was thinking, I said, "Man, I'm not gonna write the words. Like, we'll just, when we're together, we'll always sing it, so you'll get used to singing it." And the one thing I regret is the word that I said to him so much was, "We're not going anywhere. I'm not going nowhere. You're not going anywhere. We live here. We're gonna be together always." Well, tragically, he died in a motorcycle accident, and that just crushed me.
You jinxed it.
You know what I mean? Crushed me. So when we recorded that song, I made sure I dedicated it to him because he loved that song. But when I looked at it closer, the song was about him. Every word that we were singing about was about this guy. The way the song is sung and how we're singing it, he was the one that we were singing about. For the party, the person that brought everyone together. That song is We play that at the end of the set because we want everyone at the end to go out hugging. So we make sure that we play that song at the end, because if you have any differences, the lesson of that song is to close that gap, make up, because time is only going forward. You don't get any of that back. We can sit and share memories, but we can't go back in time and change the moment. It's already happened. But what you can do is you can close that by a simple gesture that tells that person that we don't have any grudge against each other, and we should be loving each other, especially if we're Kanaka, we're related in some way. We shouldn't be fighting against each other. So this is the time of the night where we take, like, okay, y'all been drinking all night, but there's the one song before we leave. We're gonna tie in together so that we hugging each other. On your way out, it's kind of hard to fight somebody you just been hugging and telling how much you love them, especially your own family members. And we have differences with people, and if they're at the same establishment you're at, why not close the gap? Put that behind you, because it shouldn't be, you shouldn't have those differences where they keep you apart. People are better off helping each other than they are hating on each other. If I need help, I would want you to help me if you could, and vice versa. If I could do something for you, then so be it. So that song actually really brings a lot of people together, which is why if I had to pick a song, it'd be that song, because of what it represents and for who it represents.
What song do you think showcases your vocal talents best?
Oh, I would say, I would say "Put Some Time," because "Put Some Time" is it's more of a ballad, but
And it's
not
timeless.
really. And and for what it speaks about, that song has a lot of meaning, and so everyone can relate to that song. I have a lot of people that come up and go, man, this song, my wife and I was going through a struggle, and this really helped mend the fences when we would listen to it, and then we would talk about it, and I would explain to her, I can't sing the song, but if I could sing and say something to you, it would be along these lines, And that song, the reason why I feel it showcases the vocals is because that song has a part in it where I do a falsetto part in the song. But that's because all the emotions that went into that song and the meaning behind it. It's a special song to me too.
You know that part of the song?
Huh?
Do you know that part of the song?
I have no idea.
That's the part where I sing the high note, and especially it's at the end of the song where the embellishment is a high note. I can't. My voice is like messed up right now, but it's the whole song is sung in a regular tone, and then at the end I do a high note. But that would be the song that would showcase the pitch of my voice, so to speak, if that's what you ask.
I feel like you have so much classics though. You have so much classics and so much like,
lucky.
and all the words to them too.
Well,
That's the thing.
We was lucky. We was lucky when the time that we came out, and in the time that we did, get the songs that
it was hitter after
written at
hitter
that
after
time.
hitter.
Well, because it related to a lot of what was going on at the time. I always say the band was blessed. We got lucky. The Lord really blessed that band, man. Like, because when you look at it, that's every family that has riffraff or a black sheep. That's what Natural Vibrations is. Most of the guys in that band, all the black sheep of their family, more or less.
But
And
you pop in when graduation season comes and everybody's trying to book you. And everybody's trying to book Natural Vibes.
We're fortunate. You know what? Even more fortunate is when people know your song, not just you.
Yeah.
When you're singing in a crowd.
Yeah, what is that like when you're just out and you hear your voice being...
My son, it's funny you say that, because my son will be somewhere and someone will be playing the music and he'll get all tickled. Dad, you hear that? You hear that, Dad? They're playing your music. I tell him the humble part of me really doesn't pay attention to that, because, how would it look, you walking around and you hear your song and you're like, some people, they want you to do that. For me, I don't do that, because the humble side of me, doesn't allow that to happen. And truth be told, inside, I feel like, hey, right on. We're still being thought of and played that way. And it makes me happy, brings joy to my heart to hear that our songs are still playing.
There's no way you can go to the beach park or the beach, drink, and not play one of your guys' songs.
No, and just the other night.
It's not even a possibility that it won't happen.
Yeah, and so sometimes I won't even hear it because we play the song so much, and it kind of just is like a dull thing that you really don't hear it until you hone in on it and
you
you're like,
start
oh shoot,
humming it and singing it yourself.
well, yeah, I'm just like, oh shoot, okay, wow, I ain't heard this tune in a minute. It's so obscure, some of the songs, but people love it, so they'll play it. We also the saying used to be where if you knew your song was a good song, if you were at Sandy Beach in the water and you heard the song in the parking lot,
for sure,
pumping, just pumping, then you'd be like, oh man, the song did come out good. And it's funny is because as musicians, you think you know what song is going to hit. You think, oh, this is going to be the song everybody loves, and it's not. It's the song you totally didn't think or expect it to be that becomes a song that is a hit for you. You think, oh, this is going to be the song. And the one you think, this song will never take off.
Just
It'll
a
never
place
be
filler
this
on
one.
the album.
Yeah, we just, like, it was a filler. That's why we put this song. We recorded it because it was a filler. And then that song ended up being the song that was like, holy smokes. Wow, I didn't even see that coming. Do
you remember one of those songs that happened for National
Put a Little
Vibration?
Love.
Really?
Put a Little Love. That was the one song that really put us on the map. Like, Kid Leo and Jimmy the Geek was at Extreme Radio. And Extreme Radio was a hip hop station, and it was one of the popular stations at the time when they just came out. And a lot of mainland people most of the military used to listen to that. Well, we put out I think it was All Natural, and I took the CD to Kid Leo to listen to it. And he listened to the CD, but when that song came on, he jumped out of his seat, took the CD from the CD player and ran into the control room. And at the time, Jamie Hyatt had just started working. It was his first day working, and Kid Leo went in there in the middle of his show, stopped whatever he was playing, loaded the disc into the computer, and went on there and said, well, I know we don't play local music because they weren't playing any really local artists from the island. This was like a hip hop station, like I said. And he said, I know we don't normally play local artists from the island, but I just heard a song that I think you guys should listen to, and I think you're gonna love this song. And he played Put a Little Love in. Well, what happened that day was phenomenal because we were lucky, like we were blessed. That song went into super high rotation, which means it was played once every hour on the hour. Wow. You only hear of mainland songs hitters that do like that. Well, that song came on and it became one of the most popular songs on the radio at the time. People would call in, and we're talking mainland people, like the military people, all the people that listen to hip hop was calling in for that song. That song really elevated Natural Vibrations into where we really became a popular band because of that song and Extreme Radio playing that song. Because even the local radio stations never played that song. It took a while for them to play it because you know how radio wars are. Mm-hmm. This station plays it. Well, I'm not going to follow them and copy them. I'm going to wait on it. I'm going to let them deal with it. But the request was so big that the local radio stations had to play it because local people were calling into the local stations and saying, you got a mainland station playing this song. You guys ain't even pick up on it yet. So you guys should pick up on it and play it. So, I mean, they ended up doing it almost kind of begrudgingly, but they ended up doing it. But that was the song that helped lift Natural Vibrations into the atmosphere, so to speak. You know, it was a good time.
Couple of last things before we get out, because I know we got the live performance coming up. Your top 5 Hawaii bands of all time.
Oh man, of all time. Of course, we're going to start off with the king, you know, so Fiji would be at the top of that list. And then I would say Kalapana, C&K, my Uncle Gabby, Pahinui. Man, there's so many great bands. Kapena would be another band for sure. And I mean, if I had to go back, to me, all the older bands were like how we grew up in my generation, listening to the music. Shucks. That would pretty much be it. If I left out anyone, I apologize. But for the most part, that would probably be my top.
That's five. That's a five right
that
there.
Would be my top
I was gonna let you get a little
That's
bonus one in
classics.
there.
Yeah,
But that's five.
No, that would be.
That's
that would
perfect.
totally be my top five. And I say that because, respectfully, because those are the songs that are now when they play, and it takes you back to when you were younger.
Literally transports you to a different time.
I get that now. I get the younger kids come out, and we're still being hired for the graduation parties. And when I get there, I ask them, man, why you could have had all these other bands, the Green, Brotherhoods, all the other bands that are coming out now, High Water, like, wow, how come us? Oh, uncle, because when we was raised, my dad them used to play you guys
yeah.
all the time. So
Yeah.
same thing for us, Cecilio.
Everybody
Capano,
knows the song,
Kalapana,
yeah.
all the older band, Kapena. So I get it. I get it. We're lucky. Like I said, we blessed. I thank the Lord every day for the lessons and for the blessings that we were able to do and share and continue to do so. My son is 17. He's named after me. So now I'm teaching him. We'll bring him on and sing once in a while, but I try to keep him at bay because this business, if you're too young, it'll ruin you. So I tell him, when you're older, 22, 23, and you want to play music, then you go ahead. You'll have your time to do so. But
What do you think that is? It because a lot of times they start off in bands and then
because they're too young. And
I know like a lot of people start off in bands and then they end, like with you, right? You started off in a band,
Yeah.
and then you branched off.
Yeah,
I
think
right?
I just think that the business corrupts certain people, and the lesson is different for certain people. They take it like some people don't know how to take stardom, right? And you take it, and then now it's a different. You walk around with a chip on your shoulder because you're not. Like I just said earlier, you're not better than anyone else.
Yeah, but you kind of do become a rock star.
Well, everyone has talents.
Yeah.
Everybody's talented in their own way. You're talented in your own way in business, right? You're talented in your own way in what you do. I'm talented in my own way in what I do. I can't do what you do. Sure can't do what you do. And so together, we make it happen. You know what I mean? Everyone's talents, if it's used in a good way, positive way, and together, goes a long way. And to me, that's what it is. It shouldn't be showcased as separate. Oh, you can do this. You're such great doing this. No, we're great together. We're great together. I do this, you do this, you do this. Right here, this podcast is great together. You know what I mean? Everyone brings something to the table. And that's what I mean about being hated on or having haters. Instead of it being that way, should be looked at more as doing everything together. Coming together, having it, because we can all work it out. Everything can be worked out rather than, I'm jealous of him because he's doing something good. Oh, yeah? Well, then get out there and do hard work. Dedication, hard work, and sacrifice is what's going to get you successful. And we should all be applauding each other on the success of each other because we can all help each other by riding with each other on that success, together. There's room enough up here for everyone to share. Like I said, the elevator's going to the second floor. It's big enough for all of us to pull each other up there. Well, that's what we should be doing, especially as a people. Everyone else is going to be doing it. We the only ones going to be looked at like these guys still fighting amongst each other. That's why they say, Hawaiians will never get their land back because of all the different groups that are fighting against each other rather than joining the cause and being together. You're only going to keep yourself separate if that's the mindset. Better for us to work together to be able to move ahead. It's going to take all of us to do it. And in turn, we're showing the next generation on what they should be doing. So when they come up in their time, They're going to remember the lesson. Oh, they were greater together than separate, you know. Sometimes, you know, it just works out that way where you're together as a group, but you end up going your own separate ways.
That's what happened with you, right?
Well, yeah,
Or,
you know,
Because I know like Natural Vibes, and then you became
with us guys, you know, after a certain amount of time, you just gonna have differences, and those differences are really gonna
Like
come
sibling
out to play
rivalry.
out. Kind of,
Right.
you know, and then.
You can only conform for so long,
Well,
right?
you sometimes in a group you feel like this, right? Sometimes guys want to stretch their wings out
Right.
to see the full potential of what they can do. For me, that's what I wanted. I wanted to see what the full potential would be, doing it this way.
Without any constraints on
Well,
you, right?
and then you
Of the
know,
group.
being in a group is hard sometimes, you know. And I always say that sometimes it comes down to a financial dispute. If for good things to really break up or not go the way it goes, and it's unfortunate. But the truth is that you have your time together, should enjoy your time together, because it won't last forever, and you should be able to get out on your own and stretch your wings.
Got it
know
for
what I mean?
everybody.
we ain't leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
See, well, you need each other, but like it goes back to we do it
Yeah,
together.
I went through the same thing too, but I always look back and always like that was some of the best experiences of my life. Like,
But
you know?
you wouldn't be where you're at now.
Oh, no,
without
for
that.
sure. Yeah,
Without those
I-
experiences,
Yeah.
there's no way that you would be able to do what you're doing now.
Yeah, you'd be nowhere without Keone.
You know, hey, I always say my lessons came with the band. I wouldn't have been able to really look at how songwriting was done without the other five guys. You know, so in business you can always have differences, but personal wise, we're good. We're good. I love every one of them. Personal wise, I love every one of them. Business is always hard, and you can have the differences in business because that's just what it is. You stand on your own business. It's what it should be, you know. But it shouldn't come down to a personal dispute where you actually physically cannot stand that person. Try and close the gap. We're not here for a long time, man. Like Big Cole says, we're not here for a long time. We're only here for a good time.
Oh,
you know,
I like the
so
good time.
we might as well. Yeah, me too. I mean, that's always the best, right?
That's where all his
good memories are made off of that.
That's Raleigh's model towards breastfeeding. Actually, you were there for a long time.
I'm still there.
Long time.
I'm still there.
Breastfeeding and knee pads. That's what this show should be called.
As long as Rain's breastfeeding, I'm breastfeeding.
Hey, man, thank you guys for having me. I've watched the show so many times and was super excited to come over here and share stories and share the talk with you guys. I really enjoyed the show, and please don't stop, man. Keep on going. Y'all do some good interviews. I really love the podcast that you guys have, man.
Oh, we got you laughing all the time, no?
Man, I'm laughing all the time. Every time I'm like, and then sometimes I'm like, oh damn, they said that. Like, oh shit, oh snap. You know,
The funny thing is, like, Justin is always like, because he always says like, oh, you're famous, and I was like, bro, I'm just as same as everybody, right?
Well,
right, but he's like, no, you like everybody knows you, this and that, and then Justin now. He gets pulled over going 120 miles an hour, and the cop recognizes him as the podcast guy.
Yeah, that's good.
So I think he's getting famous.
well, that's the
you know what I mean?
benefits of what we do, right? You're like, if I ever get pulled over, I hope I get pulled over by somebody who likes me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
As opposed to somebody's like, I watch your show. I don't like your show. Here's your ticket for 120 miles an hour. Like, here you go.
You're going to jail.
Yeah, right. Get out of the car. So, I mean,
We're just fortunate. Like we came, like Justin brought me on, and then we're on this little good.
It's everyone sharing their talents
yeah.
that makes everything go, right? It takes each other to move forward, man. So whatever you guys are doing, keep doing it, man, because it's working. It's a definite recipe for greatness, you know? So the rest of us that are watching are enjoying it for sure. And the ones who don't can eat a dick. Just saying, you know, that's my motto. You don't like my music, and that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion, you know, but before you go, eat a dick.
Do you have any other shows or anything to promote before we get out of here?
No, we're gonna try and get Raleigh them and Gerson to put on a festival right out here in the parking lot.
Oh, we're gonna
have an honors
we got
festival.
Cisco now, so
Yeah, we're gonna
all
have
of
an
us
honors
together.
festival. So it's gonna be. Stay tuned to the podcast. You can catch up on all the shows that's coming because Vegas is growing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's only one way up. You know. So thank you guys again, man.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you guys.
Anything quick plugs real quick?
No, I'm just super stoked that like me and Penny talked, and then I was like, bro, I had this idea of doing a podcast, and then we do a friends and family invite, and you do a acoustic set after.
You know what I want to say is the reason why I love you and Gersh so much is because you supported me for all these years, man. Like believed in me, brought me out here to do shows, and there's a lot of other people that can, but what really haven't. You were the ones that stepped up in the beginning and really did. So loyalty goes a long way, and that kind gesture also goes a long way for me because I'm old school. I'm like that. I'm always going to help out the ones that help me. And so anything I can do for you and the family, all you got to do is mention it. I'm here, man. You know what I mean? Like I say, we all going to do this together. It's going to take all of us to do it together. But the podcast is on fire, dog.
Yeah,
I'm for real, man.
I'm excited about this acoustic set.
Oh man, we're going out here. I can hear people outside in the front. I can hear family.
They're getting loud out there.
I can hear
too.
family out
audience
there having a good
gathering.
time.
Yeah.
I was like, should I buy the
music,
alcohol? And I was like, bro, I feel like because I made the invite 50 people, right? But I really feel
Gonna be
like
a little over that.
Yeah, it's gonna be
but
more
you know
than
what?
that.
For that, because it's our families.
Yeah.
The little something to get together for the family. And that's what I want. I'm here. My wife she was like, you're supposed to be at the volleyball game tonight because your daughter's playing. And I said, I'm going to go tomorrow. I'll be there all day tomorrow. They're going to win tonight. And so then, we're going to be, so shout out to Castle High School volleyball team, the girls volleyball team. They over there having a good time at Liberty High School.
There's a lot of Hawaii teams.
There's a lot of Hawaii teams and
Mililani.
football and volleyball.
Yeah.
So, big up to the 808 out over here in Las Vegas.
Bro, we wreck
doing
it over here too. When the Hawaii teams come here, we do really good.
Talent is everywhere, man.
Yeah. And when they're coming here to play the Vegas teams, but the Vegas team is made up 90% Hawaii kids.
Well, yeah, and it's good for the younger generation to travel, to come out and see the world, to see what it's all about, and what a place, Las Vegas, where they say New York is a place where no one ever sleeps. So is Las Vegas. Yeah. Money doesn't sleep here, man. Money is made 24/7, man. Like you can always get a hustle out here and be successful. Yeah, as long as
that's a really big thing too. Now is the kids and everything get to travel more, and they come up here to play sports. And for me, I got to race dirt bikes. Like I raced in 30 states by the time I was 17.
See, so you've seen a lot of the world, and before. Most kids don't.
I really feel like that molded my life.
When I grew up and played sports, we only went outer island. I only went to Kauai. I never really traveled until Natural Vibrations, and proud to say, Natural Vibrations has played in every state in the United States except the Dakotas, North and South Dakota. That's the only two states I believe
missing anything.
Were you there?
But
North Dakota's where I went to.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Well, we were fortunate. The music has taken us throughout the nation and parts of the world. So, it had not been for the music and the blessing of the Lord.
You don't think that like those experiences though is like
it helped me.
Change your life. It opens up your mind to more
totally helped make me
possibilities.
raise to raise my family in the way that I wanted to, and then bring them out to see the world. Because when they get older, I want them to travel.
Yeah.
I want them to go and see the world, not just stay in one place.
I thank my parents to this day for letting me do that. When I was 15, 16, 17, 18, traveling, racing dirt bikes all over. Yeah, but I thank them to this day.
And also, on a quick note, I just want to let everyone know, recently, I made 1 year and 3 months sober. No marijuana.
Oh, nice.
I stopped smoking about a year
Quitter.
ago. Or a year ago.
Loser.
I was 6 months sober, and then I went a 1 week bender. Like about a month ago, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I went on a 1 week bender. Oh, bro. I never even get hungover because I stayed up like the whole time.
Oh my God, Raleigh, you're too funny.
And then I went sober again.
Well,
I had to let loose for a little while.
I gotta say, I'm experiencing everything because I've been smoking since I was 16. So I have, in the last year and 3 months, have been experiencing such awesomeness, being with my children and family, genuinely being there. and not absent-minded. Like I'm physically there, but my mind is somewhere else because I'm high. Right now is like probably the best times of my life, being with my family and my loved ones, and then playing music. I never thought I would be able to play music sober, and I love it. I'm probably never gonna smoke again.
Tuned in.
I don't drink. It's been years since I drink. I'll have one or two drinks here and there socially with my brothers or my friends, but like a lot of those days are behind me, and I'm glad because my younger sons, I'm trying to be an example to them to show them that hey, you can do life sober.
Yeah.
You get older and you want to test the grounds and walk. That's up to you. But for now, while you're here with me and I'm raising you, this is the version you're gonna get. Right. For me. So anybody else who is in sobriety, man, good for you. Bubba is also, I want to say, he's about a month of not smoking. And he wish he could have been here, but shout out to Bubba B.
We got to bring him on.
He wants to be on this podcast. So when he gets better, then he'll definitely make an appearance. But thank you guys again.
Appreciate you
guys.
Any plugs before we get out of here?
Follow Weekly Drops, Honors Brand.
Toyota.
October 18th, we got a Trunk or Treat. So that's going to be a big one. 2-year anniversary and Trunk or Treat.
Oh, we are going to have to do an ad read for this, by the way.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get plugged into it in the middle of it and edit, but we can't announce that.
Yeah, you can announce it.
Okay. Sorry.
You're a good talker.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because he was telling me about that one sponsorship.
Well, our new official partnership or our first sponsorship with Finley Toyota.
Yeah.
So shout out to Finley Toyota here.
Finley Toyota. I need a new Tundra, please.
Just follow Still Friends Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, check out our episodes. Peni Dean, Hawaii's very own, the legend.
Legend.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you guys.
See you guys next time.
Love you. Aloha.